Hey there, history buffs and curious minds. Get ready to travel back in time with me as we explore the Stone Age, an era so far back that using BC would feel like cheating. We're talking about a time when smartphones were, well, just rocks. And the internet? Forget about it. Unless you count grunting and pointing as a high-speed connection. From mastering fire to crafting the first tools, these early humans were the ultimate innovators. So, put on your imaginary animal skin outfits, grab your trusty imaginary stone-tipped spear, and let's journey back to the Stone Age together. Picture this, Earth, but not the Earth we know today. Imagine a planet locked in a deep freeze, with massive glaciers carving their way across continents. This was the backdrop for much of the Stone Age, a time of dramatic climate change and incredible human adaptation. Our Stone Age ancestors weren't called hunter-gatherers for nothing. They were constantly on the move, following herds of animals and foraging for edible plants. Life was a delicate dance of survival, demanding resourcefulness, ingenuity, and a healthy dose of courage. They were masters of their environment, developing tools and techniques that allowed them to thrive in even the harshest conditions. From simple hand axes to intricately crafted spear points, these Stone Age artifacts are a testament to human creativity and problem-solving skills. These weren't just tools for survival, they were works of art, each one carefully shaped and honed to perfection. Every chipped edge, every polished surface tells a story of human ingenuity and the enduring drive to innovate. So, as we embark on this journey through the Stone Age, let's appreciate the incredible resilience of our ancestors. Fasten your seatbelts, history fans, because we're hitting the rewind button on the evolutionary clock, all the way back to the Paleolithic era, the longest chapter in human history. We're talking about a time when the biggest technological breakthrough wasn't the latest iPhone, but figuring out that hitting two rocks together could actually be useful. Forget Wi-Fi passwords and traffic jams. These guys were dealing with saber-toothed cats and figuring out how to start a fire without a lighter. They developed tools, learned to control fire, and formed complex social structures, all while navigating a world full of dangers and unknowns. Stay tuned, because things are about to get wild. Meet Homo habilis, the original DIY enthusiast and the star of our next Paleolithic adventure. These resourceful folks were the first to really grasp the concept of toolmaking, kicking off a technological revolution that would change the course of human history. Their toolkit was simple but effective, consisting mainly of sharp-edged stones used for cutting, scraping, and of course, showing off to potential mates. These early tools might seem crude by today's standards, but they were game changers for our ancestors. In a world where survival was a daily struggle, these stone tools provided a much-needed edge, literally. And hey, if they could master the art of napping without a YouTube tutorial, you can conquer that flat-pack furniture, probably. Gather round, history buffs, because we're about to delve into one of humanity's most significant milestones, the mastery of fire. Forget smartphones and the internet, this was the ultimate game changer. Imagine a world without cooked food. No sizzling steaks, no perfectly toasted marshmallows, no late-night ramen noodles. That was the reality for early humans until they cracked the code on fire. However it happened, the discovery of fire was a pivotal moment in human history. Suddenly our ancestors had a source of warmth in the colder climates they were starting to explore. They had protection from predators who were wary of the flickering flames. And perhaps most importantly, they had a way to cook their food, which opened up a whole new world of culinary possibilities. So, next time you're enjoying a barbecue with friends or cozying up to a fireplace, take a moment to appreciate the fiery legacy of our Stone Age ancestors. Hold on to your hats, history enthusiasts, because we're about to embark on a journey of epic proportions. Our next stop on this Paleolithic adventure takes us on the trail of Homo erectus, the intrepid explorer who decided to ditch the familiar African savanna and conquer the world. Armed with their trusty hand axes and newly acquired fire-starting skills, these early humans set out into the unknown. They braved harsh climates, encountered exotic creatures, and probably got lost a few times along the way. but they were driven by a spirit of adventure, a thirst for exploration that would eventually lead them to every corner of the globe. Their journey out of Africa was a testament to their adaptability, their resilience, and their insatiable curiosity. Now that's what we call wanderlust. This period, sandwiched between the Paleolithic and Neolithic, is often overlooked, but trust us, it's where the real party started. The glaciers retreated, the climate got a whole lot more chill, literally, and our ancestors were like, okay, time to ditch the woolly mammoth parkas and enjoy this whole temperate thing. The Mesolithic was a time of dramatic environmental change, and our ancestors, being the adaptable rock stars they were, rolled with the punches like champs. They traded in their snowshoes for sandals, probably, swapped out those heavy furs for lighter clothing, maybe, and started exploring new ways to thrive in this brave new world. Get ready to explore the era that laid the groundwork for the agricultural revolution and the rise of civilization as we know it. These tiny tools allowed for greater precision and control, opening up a whole new world of possibilities for hunting, crafting, and everyday life. They were a sign that our ancestors were becoming even more in tune with their environment, developing specialized tools for specific tasks, and maximizing their resources in a way that would make any modern-day minimalist proud. Who needs giant tools when you've got micro-ingenuity? Hold on to your loincloths, history buffs, because we're about to enter a whole new era, the Mesolithic. This period, sandwiched between the Paleolithic and Neolithic, is often overlooked, but trust us, it's where the real party started. The glaciers retreated, the climate got a whole lot more chill, literally. And our ancestors were like, okay, time to ditch the woolly mammoth parkas and enjoy this whole temperate thing. The Mesolithic was a time of dramatic environmental change, and our ancestors, being the adaptable rock stars they were, rolled with the punches like champs. They traded in their snowshoes for sandals, probably, swapped out those heavy furs for lighter clothing, maybe, and started exploring new ways to thrive in this brave new world. It's about to get wild Mesolithic style. Get ready to shrink your expectations, literally, as we delve into the world of microliths, the tiny tools that made a big impact during the Mesolithic. Our ancestors were all about efficiency, and they figured out that sometimes smaller is better. These miniature stone tools, some barely larger than a fingernail, were all the rage in the post-Ice Age world, and for a good reason. They were versatile, they were efficient, and they were perfect for the on-the-go hunter-gatherer lifestyle. The development of microliths wasn't just about downsizing, it was a testament to the growing ingenuity of our Mesolithic ancestors. Who needs giant tools when you've got micro-ingenuity? Hold on to your stomachs, history enthusiasts, because we're about to dive into the fascinating world of Mesolithic cuisine. Now, you might think that a post-Ice Age menu wouldn't be very exciting, but trust us, our ancestors were anything but culinary dullards. With the disappearance of megafauna like woolly mammoths and giant sloths, RIP gentle giants, our ancestors had to get creative with their food sources. Lucky for them, the Mesolithic offered a smorgasbord of delicious and sometimes slimy options. Remember that whole temperate climate thing? Well, it wasn't just good for sunbathing, it also led to an explosion of plant and animal life. Forests were teeming with nuts, berries, and edible plants, while rivers and lakes were overflowing with fish just begging to be caught. Our ancestors, being the resourceful bunch they were, quickly adapted to this new culinary landscape, becoming experts at foraging, fishing, and hunting smaller game. But the Mesolithic culinary revolution wasn't just about trying new things, it was about diversifying diets and developing sustainable food practices. Our ancestors learned to utilize a wider range of resources, ensuring they wouldn't go hungry if one food source became scarce. They were becoming masters of their environment, not just surviving, but thriving on the bounty that the post-Ice Age world had to offer. So, next time you're enjoying a plate of fresh-caught fish or a handful of wild berries, take a moment to appreciate the culinary ingenuity of your Mesolithic ancestors. They may not have had Michelin star restaurants or fancy kitchen gadgets, but they knew how to create a delicious and sustainable feast from the world around them. Bon appetit, Stone Age style. Ahoy, history fans, and get ready to set sail on the high seas of the Mesolithic. That's right, we're talking about the dawn of navigation, a time when our ancestors traded in their walking shoes for something a little more buoyant: canoes. With rising sea levels creating new waterways and islands beckoning in the distance, our ancestors were like, "Hold my fish trap, I'm going exploring." Now, we're not talking about luxury yachts or Viking longships here. These early watercraft were more likely dugout canoes, crafted from hollowed-out logs using fire and stone tools. It may not sound glamorous, but these simple vessels were a game-changer, allowing our ancestors to access new territories, connect with distant communities, and of course, show off their sweet paddling skills. But the development of boats wasn't just about getting from point A to point B, it was about expanding horizons, both literally and figuratively. It allowed our ancestors to tap into new resources, establish trade networks, and explore the world around them with a sense of adventure that would make even a modern-day explorer envious. It was a testament to their ingenuity, their courage, and their insatiable curiosity about the world beyond their shores. So the next time you're out on the water, whether you're on a cruise ship, a sailboat, or even just a rubber ducky, take a moment to appreciate the pioneering spirit of your Mesolithic ancestors. They may not have had GPS or nautical charts, but they had guts, ingenuity, and a whole lot of water to explore. Now that's what we call making waves. Hold on to your paintbrushes, art aficionados, because we're about to enter a world of artistic expression that goes beyond those iconic, but let's face it, a little one-dimensional cave paintings. The Mesolithic art scene was all about embracing new materials, experimenting with different styles, and adding a touch of abstract flair to their creative endeavors. Our ancestors were like, "We've moved on from mammoths and handprints, it's time to get our groove on with some seriously stylish art." With the warmer climate and increased mobility came a newfound appreciation for the beauty of the natural world. Mesolithic art reflects this shift, incorporating intricate patterns, stylized animal figures, and even early forms of abstract art. From carved bone and antler to painted pebbles and decorated pottery, these artistic expressions provide a glimpse into the minds of our ancestors, revealing their beliefs, their observations, and their growing sense of connection to the world around them. But the art of the Mesolithic wasn't just about aesthetics, it was also deeply intertwined with their spirituality and beliefs. Intricate carvings and enigmatic symbols suggest a growing awareness of the spiritual realm, a desire to connect with something larger than themselves. These early forms of artistic expression offer a unique window into the minds of our ancestors, revealing their hopes, their fears, and their evolving understanding of the world and their place within it. So, next time you're admiring a piece of art, whether it's a modern masterpiece or a child's finger painting, remember that the human urge to create is deeply rooted in our history. From the caves of the Paleolithic to the open-air settlements of the Mesolithic, our ancestors used art to express themselves, to connect with their spirituality, and to leave their mark on the world. And that, my friends, is a timeless legacy. Fasten your seatbelts, history buffs, because we're about to witness a pivotal turning point in human history. The transition from the Mesolithic to the Neolithic changed the way we live, eat, and interact with the world. Forget hunting and gathering. Things are about to get agricultural up in here. The Mesolithic, for all its chill vibes, was still a time of constant movement. They noticed the cycles of plant growth and the behavior of animals. What if, instead of chasing after food, we could make food come to us? This question sparked the Neolithic Revolution, transforming humans from nomadic hunter-gatherers to settled farmers. The Neolithic Revolution is about to begin, and trust us, you won't want to miss a single harvest. Hold on to your digging sticks, history buffs, because we're about to witness a revolution. Not the kind with angry mobs and catchy slogans, but a revolution nonetheless, the Neolithic Revolution. This is where our ancestors decided that chasing after their dinner had lost its charm. They were tired of running after gazelles and foraging for berries. They wanted a more stable food source, something they could, count on. They wanted to be able to Netflix and chill Stone Age style. So what did they do? They rolled up their sleeves, quite literally, and got their hands dirty. They started planting seeds, cultivating crops, and transforming themselves from nomadic hunter-gatherers into settled farmers. Imagine the first time they threw some seeds on the ground, waited a bit, probably complained about the weight, and then, bam, food magically sprouted. Talk about a game changer. This shift to agriculture wasn't just a change in diet, it was a complete lifestyle overhaul. It led to permanent settlements, the development of new tools and technologies, and a population boom that would make any modern-day city planner sweat. Suddenly, our ancestors had time for things other than just survival. They could experiment with pottery, weave fabrics, and maybe even ponder the mysteries of the universe. Okay, maybe not that last one, but still, it was a time of incredible innovation and progress. So the next time you're enjoying a hearty bowl of cereal or biting into a juicy apple, take a moment to thank your Neolithic ancestors. They may not have had supermarkets or delivery apps, but they laid the groundwork for the agricultural abundance we enjoy today. And that, my friends, is something to chew on. Attention, animal lovers, because this next chapter in our Stone Age saga is dedicated to those furry, feathered, and sometimes ferocious creatures that have shared our planet since, well, forever. As our ancestors transitioned to a more settled lifestyle, they realized that having a few animal companions around could make life a whole lot easier and tastier. Thus began the era of domestication, a time when humans and animals formed a bond that would shape the course of history. Now, we're not talking about turning wolves into chihuahuas overnight. This process took generations of selective breeding, patience, and probably a few too many close calls with grumpy aurochs. But our ancestors persevered, gradually transforming wild animals into domesticated partners. Imagine the first time someone managed to milk a cow without getting kicked into next week, or the first person to convince a wild boar that a life of lounging around eating scraps wasn't so bad after all. This newfound partnership with animals was a game changer for our Neolithic ancestors. Suddenly, they had a reliable source of meat, milk, wool, and even muscle power for plowing fields. Animals became more than just a source of food. They were companions, helpers, and even furry little alarm systems that could alert the village to danger. So the next time you're snuggling with your pet, enjoying a cheeseburger, or marveling at the majesty of a horse, take a moment to appreciate the long and winding road of domestication. It's a testament to the ingenuity, patience, and yes, even the love between humans and animals that has shaped our world for millennia. Hold on to your loincloths, folks, because things are about to get crowded. With agriculture booming and domesticated animals roaming around, our Neolithic ancestors discovered something revolutionary. They had free time. No more endless hunting and gathering. They could finally settle down, build communities, and invent things like gossip and HOA meetings. Okay, maybe not the HOA meetings, but you get the idea. As villages grew larger and more complex, they became the foundation for something truly remarkable: civilization. These early settlements, often located near fertile river valleys, were more than just clusters of houses. They were hubs of innovation, trade, and social interaction. Imagine the buzz of activity as farmers traded their surplus crops for pottery, tools, or maybe even a stylish new headdress. This era marked a pivotal shift in human history, from small nomadic bands to larger, more settled communities. It led to the development of new forms of social organization, from tribal elders to specialized craftspeople. It also, unfortunately, probably led to the first instances of neighborly disputes and noise complaints. Hey, even in the Stone Age, people liked to party. So the next time you find yourself navigating a crowded city street or attending a community event, take a moment to appreciate the legacy of those early Neolithic villages. They may not have had skyscrapers or subways, but they were the crucibles of civilization, where humans learned to live, work, and thrive together in ever larger numbers. And that's something to celebrate. Gather round, history buffs, because we're about to delve into the juicy world of Neolithic social dynamics. As villages grew larger and more complex, so too did the relationships between their inhabitants. It wasn't all sunshine and shared harvests, though. With increased settlement came new social structures, hierarchies, and of course a whole lot of gossip. Because let's face it, even in the Stone Age, people loved to talk. With the specialization of labor, some folks became known for their pottery skills, others for their hunting prowess, and a select few for their ability to tell a captivating story around the communal fire. This division of labor, while efficient, also led to the emergence of social hierarchies. Those with specialized skills or access to resources might have held more influence or prestige than others. But don't go thinking it was all work and no play in the Neolithic world. With more free time came opportunities for socializing, storytelling, and yes, even a bit of Stone Age drama. Imagine the whispers around the village when someone's goat ate the neighbor's prize-winning squash, or the speculation about who would be the next chieftain. So, the next time you find yourself navigating the complexities of social media, office politics, or family gatherings, remember that you're participating in a long and storied tradition of human interaction. From the earliest Neolithic villages to our modern-day metropolises, the urge to connect, compete, and share stories is woven into the very fabric of our social DNA. And that, my friends, is something to talk about. Get ready to be awestruck, architecture enthusiasts, because we're about to explore the monumental side of the Stone Age. Forget your modern-day skyscrapers and suspension bridges. These guys were building with nothing but raw muscle, ingenuity, and a whole lot of patience. We're talking about the megalithic structures of the Neolithic, towering testaments to human ambition and engineering prowess that continue to baffle and inspire us today. Stonehenge might be the most famous example, but it's just the tip of the iceberg, or should we say, the tip of the megalith. From the towering stones of Karnak in France to the mysterious structures of Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, our Neolithic ancestors were busy creating architectural marvels that have withstood the test of time. Imagine the effort it took to quarry, transport, and erect these massive stones, all without the aid of modern machinery or power tools. While the exact purpose of these structures is still debated, they offer a glimpse into the minds of our Neolithic ancestors. They were clearly more than just practical constructions. They were expressions of shared beliefs, rituals, and astronomical knowledge. These monuments stand as a testament to the power of human collaboration, ingenuity, and the enduring need to connect with something larger than ourselves. So the next time you're marveling at a feat of modern engineering, take a moment to appreciate the ingenuity of our Stone Age ancestors. They may not have had cranes or CAD software, but they built structures that continue to inspire wonder and awe thousands of years later. And that's something truly monumental. And so, my fellow history adventurers, our epic journey through the Stone Age draws to a close. But don't think for a second that this marks the end of our story. The Stone Age, for all its chipped tools and rudimentary technologies, was a time of incredible innovation, adaptation, and human progress. It was the era that laid the foundation for everything that would come after, from the rise of civilizations to the technological marvels of the modern world. Think about it. The control of fire, the development of language, the domestication of plants and animals, the birth of art and spirituality, all of these monumental achievements occurred during this seemingly simple time. Our Stone Age ancestors, with their ingenuity, resilience, and unyielding determination, shaped the course of human history in ways that continue to resonate today. As we bid farewell to this fascinating era, let's remember that the Stone Age wasn't just about surviving, it was about thriving. It was about pushing the boundaries of what was possible, exploring new frontiers, and leaving the world a little better than they found it. And in that sense, the spirit of the Stone Age lives on in all of us, inspiring us to innovate, to explore, and to build a brighter future for generations to come. So, the next time you strike a match, plant a seed, or marvel at the stars, remember the incredible legacy of the Stone Age. It's a legacy of innovation, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit. And that, my friends, is something to celebrate. It's easy to think of the Stone Age as an irrelevant prologue story of civilization. We picture our ancestors huddled in caves, battling woolly mammoths, and struggling to survive. The Stone Age wasn't just survival.
It was a period of incredible innovation and social development, and its legacy is all around us. Consider the simple act of gathering around from prehistoric campfires fireplaces, that primal attraction remains. It's where stories were shared and bonds were forged. From the first farmers to modern agriculture, the Neolithic Revolution marking point. Even our houses have roots in the Stone Age. The human impulse to create transcends time and technology.
The Stone Age wasn't a static period of primitive stagnation. It was a dynamic era of experimentation and relentless innovation. Our ancestors were constantly refining their tools and techniques. They were the ultimate life hackers, seeking new ways to thrive. Consider the evolution of stone tools, from crude hand axes to delicate blades. Each carefully honed edge represents a step forward in human ingenuity. And it wasn't just about tools. The mastery of fire, weaving, pottery, and shelter construction were testaments to their creativity. This spirit of innovation wasn't confined to the material world. Language, art, music, and myths were expressions of their creativity and social connection. They used tools and technologies to make sense of the world. That same spirit of innovation and adaptation is still alive within us today. It's the driving force behind every scientific breakthrough and technological marvel. It's why we explore the ocean depths, reach for the stars, and seek new ways to connect. As we stand on the cliff of a new era, an era of artificial intelligence and unprecedented technological advancement, it's easy to feel a sense of disconnect from our Stone Age past. But the Stone Age was the crucible in which the human spirit was forged, a time of incredible challenges and remarkable ingenuity. The legacy of the Stone Age lives on in our insatiable curiosity and boundless creativity. So let us celebrate the Stone Age as a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit.